Welcome, you wonderful soul. Welcome to today's episode of 30 Day of Meditation Challenge shared by moi, Easy E. So, what I want to share about today is what I started already in a previous video about freedom from your patterns. You see a lot on YouTube now, people like talking about, not now, but for a while, but financial freedom. Everybody wants financial freedom. It's great. Of course. Who doesn't like that? But I tell you something, the freedom that you experience from your own self, let's call it a smaller self, like your mind, for the ones who had been looking into these things with meditation. Because when you experience freedom of your patterns, so freedom from your mind, should I go all the way? You're being who you are, being who you are, being who you really are. Sounds like some mind fuck that, well, either a knowledgeable meditator, a guru would give, or some schmuck on the internet. So you can decide which one I am. But either way you put it, if you have experienced it, uh, it's good. It's like if you ever taken drugs, the best drug you ever taken. If you ever had a good drinking night, the bad drinking night that you had. If you ever had anything great sex, better than that. If you had great money day when you get all your money, better than that. Because all these things, or even great meal, great exercise, anything. Because what happens is if you don't have this flavor of freedom from your smaller self patterns in the activities that you're doing, even those activities that I mentioned that bring you so much joy, these activities will be just a means to an end, meaning you will have to achieve them in order to feel a little bit of good, but then it's going to be fleeting, and then you're going to go down again, and then you're going to chase more. Let this determine you. If you enjoy that, well, I'm sure some people seem to enjoy that. If you enjoy just that, great. I think it runs its course, and I think even if you do enjoy only this, and chasing more and getting more and more and more, eventually you'll end up getting numb to it. You will not appreciate the food, the sex, I don't know, music, trip, anything, if you had them enough. So if you had it just a little bit, it will just keep you motivated. So you go into your suffering, and then you go back into the things that you actually enjoy, and then you will numb yourself to even that. If you do it long enough, you have capacity. Let's say you have money, you can travel, do things. Eventually, get bored of it because you'll need something more. So this here, what we're doing is that more, and you can get this more doing all of these activities. But then what happens is even if you don't have this high emotion, high energy activities that make you feel so good, even if you have an ordinary experience like sitting on your ass, having a walk, having a drink, like of water, just to be clear, recording a video, and I guess even experiencing troubles can be ecstatic, can feel really good. And I know I'm messing around, but let's try to be a little bit serious. I read somewhere that the seriousness is disease. I I think it's probably true. At least too much of it. Why so serious? Indeed, because I think the seriousness, especially if it's too long, comes from lack of experiential understanding. So if you notice yourself being too serious all the time, even if you have serious problems, and if you cannot laugh about it, it tells you, it will tell me I'm doing something else wrong than just this physical existence is telling me, because I don't understand something correctly. And don't get me wrong, if it's okay, if you run it to the really bad things, I'm not saying laugh about it. I'm saying obviously if there's like reasons for grief and things like that, you go through it. But when you really understand things to the depth, it will go faster. It will give you more depth, not that as a money. Maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong, but more depth of experience. For real, it will give you that. But eventually you will crack a laugh if you're doing things right. Meaning you understand this reality well. And you understand that now they're saying people are, oh, it's a simulation. Come Elon Musk, oh, it's a simulation. And then everybody's like, what if everything is simulation? Well, what if, but have you experienced that? Or you're just repeating some words? Do you know what do they actually mean? I don't even know if they mean it in the correct sense, but that's not the question. What if it's a simulation? Once you have understanding, you can understand things. Well, experientially, and that's your answer. You don't need to impress others that you thought about something that sounds smart to enhance your sense of self. You can go beyond that and see the truth in it. You might see that life is like some game, which it is. But if you have not experientially see this, and you know if you did, you're just kidding yourself. You're just, I don't know, like cheap philosophy, just throwing some thoughts there so you can, yeah, probably tell to yourself you're smart, or tell to others. I don't know if it can serve some other purpose, but um, it's a little bit different than if you actually have realizations. So I have experienced like many ups and downs when I'm doing this challenge. I guess it's clear. I guess if I'll watch this back, I'll see different moods. Sometimes I've seen like I've been rushed. Sometimes I've been happier, somewhat more serious, and so on. And that's kind of how it works when you're doing something consistently, and you are experiencing changes and doing something, also with some sort of structure. What I've noticed doing all these things, I've seen that the structure is needed, certain things that I learned from the past to put the structure. So I'm not just when I'm doing meditation, when I'm doing this, I call it emotional work, emotional therapy, digging into your beliefs, changing your perspective, um, you see you'll end up somewhere and then next day you can forget about it, you lose track. So I've seen like you do this at the beginning, then you start to see that because you become aware, and you start to take charge a little bit, so you can see that you work with more consistency, and it feels like when things have order. Actually, my girlfriend was saying was exploring this one as well with the order. But when things are meant to have order, things have order, actually. We just don't recognize it, and we cause a lot of disorder by not recognizing it. Even if you look at the water structure under the microscope, or they say like if it's surrounded with some positive energy, positive emotion, uh, positive vibration, it will form in what will look like a sensible form, like some star form. It will look like a very pleased to an eye to a human being. And when it's some negative, low emotion vibration, there will be no shape, because the seeing things accurately, put things in order, which in return makes you feel good. So that's what I've been doing with lately, going with the patterns, doing this meditation practice regularly, with all the stuff that I keep mentioning. And it's I must say I'm enjoying it, as much as like you would even say like 3 hours before I was really not enjoying it. But then once you go through and heightening your awareness with meditation practice makes you go through it, makes you capable of going through it, and makes you go through difficult things faster. Actually, sometimes really fast. It just, because a light comes where there's like, if it's like a how to say, a mass of light. No, this is technically a correct expression, but a mass of light. And if you give it a chance to shine itself on some dark spot, it will very fast. So it's almost like when awareness is needed, because you've been building this muscle, it will just shine through the moment where you need it the most. It wants to make things be seen, make things become aware, because that's what it is. And it just feels amazing. So that's so much for that today. That's what I feel like sharing today. There was another big thing that I forgot. But I have like a list here of things that I was doing before. And I remember, or it reminded me of a big insight that I had, that I want to stress this, that the insights, when not realized by yourself, they can give, they give you this energy that you can tune into it, but then at the simultaneously it can make you mean, oh, I'm watching somebody else having this insight, that it's not possible for me. These things are very subtle, when meditation with awareness raising, you become acutely aware of these subtleties, in a good sense, obviously. And you see that this little thought, oh, they're experiencing it. Some people can enjoy it. Some people can enjoy it, and they also, because they're saying without hearing it at the back of their mind, oh, this is not possible for me. That's where beliefs come in, stuck emotions, so on, which we're working with while doing this. And so to share the realization, the insight was how we all do this. And I've noticed on my own example, and you can see on your own example, how we condition to find, let's call it power. Not talking about just this ego power, what really power is. Power feels vast, free, powerful, but also kind, understanding. So as soon as, if you don't see these characteristics, these values, when somebody talks about power, I believe, I know they're missing the point. I think they're missing the point. I actually know they're missing the point. And I guess there are other values included, but these are definitely no. Especially, I want to stress the stress. I want to stress the kindness, and not as a weakness. Kindness is a power. I call it quiet confidence. You don't need to, boost yourself. You just are. So anyway, I've seen that this power is most of the time projected to others. Oh, look at this guy. Oh, look at this girl. She has more power because of yada, yada, yada. You have all the reasons there. At the same time, what you're saying to yourself is like, I don't have it, which is, I can guarantee you, not true. So this whole thing is actually about you getting powerful in a real sense of the world, the best that you can imagine. So when you recognize that you are the source of your own power, I don't know how these words come across, when not realized, maybe just some words. But if you can feel the energy beyond these words, that you are the source of your own power, your life will change forever to the better. So that's what I wanted to share today. So enjoy your day, and let me know if you have any realizations, insights when you watch this, go throughout the day, or so on. I'm interested to know. So take care.